Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Sabrent HDMI Wireless Extender. Now, this has been on the market for, I think, a few years. Sabrent did send this over for review, and for those of you that are interested in wireless extenders, I've covered quite a few in the past. The more pro end, of course, belonging to firms like Hollyland, which are far more expensive than this. You'll find this for under $200 US. I'll include a link in the description. And basically, as stated right here on the box, which should be clear, HDMI, peer-to-peer, full HD. It supports 24, 50, and 60 frames per second. It does also carry PCM audio, of course, is compatible with digital SLR cameras, comes with mounting brackets. I think they're even VESA compatible, the receiver end, which is pretty cool. Gimbal compatible and IR pass-through. That's pretty much it. Let's get it out of the box. The contents, we have the HDMI transmitter, receiver, the bracket, the power adapter, the USB power adapter, and then the IR sender and receiver extension cables, and of course a manual. There will be some latency, like with any wireless transmitter. And by the way, this doesn't have to just be for video production purposes. That's what I like about these products, is that you can use them even if, for example, you want to be able to transmit, something you're watching on television to another room and you don't have the means to do so. That could be another way. Now it is IR, so it does need to be able to make that connection. So, you got to be aware of that. But it's just a cool product, and if it works as expected, again, a really solid value, because most of these types of devices are fairly expensive, and the ones that are inexpensive are app-driven and far less multi-dimensional, I would say, than what I hope to see out of this Sabrent product. So here is what you would be mounting to your camera, in my case, and that you can see right there, there is a DC in for powering it, as well as the IR out. We also have a power LED right there. Hopefully that is clear to everyone that is viewing this. And then on the other side, of course, is the HDMI connection. Then we have the actual receiver, which essentially, again, similar I/O. We've got the DC port for power, which we'll get to that in a second. Then we have two LEDs to show the wireless connectivity, as well as, I'm not sure what the recycle function is, but it could just be resetting. This is your HDMI output, because, of course, this is where you're going to be sending whatever's coming from this device. This is going to take it to the monitor that you wanted to view it on, preview it on if you're doing video production, your IR transmitter in, and then the actual antenna port right there. And here is the included antenna, which just threads on, and pretty simple. What else do I expect to see in here? As mentioned already, we're going to be seeing the actual power brick, the mounting hardware, and this is what's nice about this. It's not something you traditionally see, so you can actually mount this on and have it mounted atop of your camera of choice. That's if you need it. And then also, this is the mounting bracket, I believe, this guy right here, for the actual receiver. So if you wanted to mount it to the back of a preview monitor because you were using it in that capacity, just a nice touch that you're not going to get, again, from a lot of the budget manufacturers out there. And keep in mind, like I said before, manufacturers like Hollyland, the Mars series, they're top notch, but they're also 4 to 5 times the price of this unit, depending on which model you go with. So there's one power brick. Here we've got our IR blaster. This is the IR out, the IR in. Remember where these are going to need to go, but they are labeled clearly on the devices themselves. The Type A wall wart for connecting the USB cable to power the actual transmitter in the event that you don't have the ability to just connect this to something on camera, which most cameras, of course, do have some form of USB connectivity so that you can share the battery, or in the event, of course, that you're using a battery pack because you have something mounted on a cage, then you're really not going to have a problem finding USB power. And then last but not least, we have a little bit more mounting hardware. And of course, our paperwork and Sabrent letting you know that you can extend your warranty by just registering your product for 2 years, which is nice. And Sabrent, solid reputation. Everything I review from them generally is well made and does exactly what it is advertised to do. So I have confidence in this. Again, full HD, it's 1080p, 50-foot range, but from what I've seen online, you can actually get a little bit more than 50 feet out of this. So I will be testing it, seeing how it performs, and it should be interesting. Again, because it is so affordable and it is coming from a manufacturer that, again, I feel is reliable. It's not a no-name company from China, which is a lot of what I see. Here you are actually getting something from a mainstream builder that makes a wide variety of products that generally, again, are quality and value oriented. So when I saw this, it was always of interest. Now I'm finally going to find out how well it does or doesn't perform. And by the way, all metal construction here on the receiver. Transmitter is plastic to keep it lightweight. That's why they say it's also optimal for gimbal use, because really lightweight. You know, when I look at a lot of the Hollyland stuff, they're still fairly light, but they're a lot larger than this. This reminds me, well, there aren't really any transmitters that I've covered that are this lightweight, you know, but we'll see how it performs. Of course, I will report back. Again, this is the Sabrent HDMI wireless extender, but really a transmitter for video production, as well as just general purposes if you find yourself in an instance where you would like to be able to send an HDMI 1080p stream wirelessly to a monitor that obviously is nowhere near the device that you're using, or the other, the cable box, signal, etc., that you are streaming from. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button, and as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.